Hi everyone, and welcome back to Peace, our 30-day yoga journey. Today is day 20, Inward Journey. So in yoga, there's 8 limbs of yoga, 8 branches of yoga, and one of them is called pratyahara, which is about withdrawing our senses from the outer world into our inner world. And this is so important to do because we often get caught up in the outer world with outer appearances, with all the news and the craziness going on around us, as well as the beauty of life. But if we don't take time to go inward, we can kind of lose track or lose sight of who we really are at our deepest being, at the heart of everything. And so taking time to go into the darkness, to maybe face your fears, maybe face some of your shadow sides, like some of those places in yourself or aspects of yourself that you don't like or you want to improve. And really just being honest with ourselves and taking time to really think about what is it that we really want. Not just like the money or the job or the medal, but how do we want to feel inside? And so yoga gives us a chance to do that. And that's what this practice is going to be about. It's always about going inward, but in particular this day, we're going to focus on the inward journey. And I'd like to share a quote with you by William Hazlitt. Gracefulness is defined as the outward expression of the inward harmony of the soul. The outward expression of the inward harmony of the soul. And I think that's so beautiful. It just reminds us how the way we appear on the outside really is a reflection of how we feel on the inside. Like if we're healthy on the inside, we're vibrant on the outside. If we're sad on the inside, we're kind of a little sad on the outside. So it's really important to take that time to pay attention, to cultivate, to be honest with ourselves, to take the time to be quiet and restore, and also like to engage in the fullness of life and to test our edges and to play around and to have fun in life. So let's start by closing our eyes and feeling the breath swell up inside you on the inhale and relax downward and outward on the exhale. So there's actually quite a bit of inward movement when you stop to pay attention. And by sitting still, it's a real contrast to feel the chest lifting, to feel the ribs expanding, to feel the heart opening up, to feel the shoulders relaxing. And then on the exhale, to be settling down into the earth, to feel a little heaviness in the hips, and feel a sense of being grounded and connected to the earth. And now let's begin to add some spinal waves to the breath. So as you inhale, let the heart come forward and the shoulders pull back. And as you exhale, bow forward over your legs. Maybe the forehead almost touches the floor. And then inhale up through a rounded spine. Lift up and exhale forward and fold. And just feel your spine moving. And this nice rhythmic motion. And see if that motion can grow and get a little bit fuller. Or you can just settle into like a rhythm that feels effortless. And like you feel like you're connected with a higher power, with something bigger, something that's moving you, moving inside of you. And now let's make our way into child's pose. With your arms stretched forward. Let your forehead relax on the floor, or a pillow, or a blanket, or a block. And notice how your ribs kind of almost lift away from your chest. The weight of your ribs lifts away on the inhale, and it kind of sinks down and feels heavier on the exhale. On your next inhale, round forward into cat. And on your exhale, lift up and back into child's pose. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, glide back. This time tuck your toes and lift up into down dog. And then inhale, round forward to plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, round forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees. Sit back into child's pose. Inhale, forward to cat. Exhale, lift the knees. Stretch back into down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale to cat. Exhale to dog. One more time. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale to cat. And exhale to downward facing dog. You just move around here in your own way. I like to press my knees forward and send the heels back to really get into the back of the legs. And then think of spiraling or rotating your inner thighs inward and back, and feel your sit bones just lightly come apart a little bit wider than they normally are. So this is something you feel on the inside. You might see it a little bit on the outside, but not much. And now squeeze the outer hips, the outer glutes inward. Notice how that tones your whole body. And walk your hands back to your feet, coming into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Bend your left knee, bring your right hand behind your head and twist open to the right. Nice, slow your right hand down, bring your left hand behind your head, bend your right knee and twist open to the left. Come back to center and walk your hands forward and back. Forward, so we come back to downward facing dog. I'm going to come up onto your tiptoes and walk your feet forward to your hands. Lift and spread all your toes. Keep them spreading apart as you lower down, trying to see the color of the mat, create space between your toes. And press down into the big toe mound. Press down into the pinky toe mound and the center of the heel. And then press down into the sole of the big toe near the tip of the toe. So you have these 4 points of contact. And notice when you do that if your arches naturally lift up. So come up onto your fingertips. As you inhale, round your back and stretch forward. And as you exhale, arch a little bit to bow over your legs. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, round up and stretch forward. And exhale, bow, lowering down. Inhale, lift up again and lengthen. Exhale, bow over your legs. Press into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Notice how you feel inside from moving with the breath, from moving your spine. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up part way. Exhale, bow. Push into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. Again, exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bow. Plant your hands, step back into plank. Keep that inner lift, that inner lightness as you lower all the way down, keeping the shoulders lifting away from the floor. Point your toes, curl up into your cobra. And we'll just do some cobra waves. So as you exhale, stretch your heart forward and lower down. Inhale, puff up into your back and curl up into your cobra. Just do a couple more on your own, feeling your way. Feeling that energy pulsing inside of you. And after you lower down, tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Exhale, step forward into standing splits. Reach your left leg up. Again, bow over your leg as you reach up through the left leg. And reach the left toes back as you lower the left knee down, twist to the right. Reach your right arm forward as you send your hips back, bowing over your leg again. Inhale, come forward, bring your knee forward, pass your toes, keeping your heel down, stretching the psoas of the back leg. Press into your front foot, float the left leg up, coming back into standing splits. And step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward into standing splits. Bowing over your leg. Reach up through your toes. And step the right leg back, lowering the right knee, twist to the left. Sweep your left arm forward, straightening the front leg, bowing over your leg. The toes can be pointed or flexed. Inhale forward, bring your knee forward, pass your toes, keep the heel down. Feel the inner thigh of the back leg lengthening. And step forward into standing splits. And back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Step it forward, standing splits, reach the left leg to the sky. Reach back through your left toes, rising up, crescent lunge. And twist to your right. Reach back through both hands. And swing the back arm forward and up. Step forward, back into standing splits. Circle your ankle. And step back. This time we're coming into revolved triangle. So turn your back toes out slightly. Square your hips, send your chest forward. And twist to your right. Lower the right hand down. Step forward into standing splits. And square your hips and twist to the right again for revolved half moon. Lower your hand down, reach your leg up again, standing splits. And then stack your hips, coming into half moon. Nice, lower the top hand down, standing splits again. And step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Step it all the way forward into standing splits. Reach back through your toes, rise up, crescent lunge. And twist to your left. Reach both arms back. And swing the back arm forward, coming back into crescent lunge. Lower your hands back down, standing splits. Step your right leg back. We're going to come into revolved triangle. So the toes are turned slightly out. Square your hips, hug in through your ribs, and twist to your left. Again, trying to keep the hips relatively level. Lower the left hand down, come back into your standing splits. And then twist again to your left for revolved half moon. Lower your hand down, standing splits again. And then open up, half moon. Lower your top hand down, standing splits. And step back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, come forward into pigeon prep. So the right knee comes forward, the left leg slides back. Come up onto your fingertips, open up, pigeon. We'll do some pigeon waves, similar to cobra waves. So on your exhale, send your heart forward and lower down. Inhale, puff up into your back, open up, pigeon. Just repeat this on your own. Flowing from the inside, from the breath leading the way. Next time you come up, shift your weight into your right hip and spin around, bringing your right foot to your left inner thigh. Reach your right arm over and across, twisting over your leg, bowing over your leg. And inhale back up, sweep your arm up and behind you, lift your hips up. Lower back down, straighten your right leg out to the side. And start to bring your hips down toward the floor as you slowly come forward. So you might be up really high and just barely have a forward lean, but it's really what you feel inside that you want to pay attention to, and that demands something of your body that it's really not ready to do. So we want to be patient with ourselves, and we want to be honest and just like work from where we are today. You can always do little movements to come in and out of the fullness of this stretch, of this opening. Just taking your time, noticing those little movements or like actions that you can take and how they really affect how you feel inside, even though it may barely be noticeable on the outside. And now walk your hands back and twist over your right leg. Bow over your leg, spread your fingers, and we're going to press down and lift the hips up. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bring your hands in front of you. Again, lean forward. Push down through your hands. Lift your hips up. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Twist over your left leg. Bow over your leg. Press into your hands. Lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. And then we'll come back into our pigeon. And this time bow over your leg. And feel all those different sensations in your whole body. Maybe you feel a little more intensely in one place in your body, but really the whole body's affected. And walk your hands back, step back into down dog. On your next inhale, sweep the left leg up. Bring your knee all the way forward for pigeon prep. Find those pigeon waves, exhaling forward. Inhale to lift up. Exhale forward. Inhale, lift. One more time, exhale forward. Inhale, lift, roll to the left hip. Spin around, bringing your left foot to the right inner thigh. Reach your left arm over and across so you're twisting to the right, bowing over your right leg. And then inhale, up, circle your arm around behind you, lift your hips up. And lower back down, straighten your left leg out to the side, coming into this wide-legged forward fold. And start to reach forward, hip bones leading the way. You could practice either pointing out through your toes or flexing your feet. And just allow yourself to melt towards the floor to whatever degree you're ready for. Now walk your hands back and twist to your left, framing your left leg with your hands, bow over your leg. And then press down, grip with your fingers, lift up. And this time we'll hold a little longer if you can. You can always come out early, but we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bring your hands to center Again, lean forward, grip with your hands, press down, lift your hips up, and we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, spin over to the right, bow over your leg, press down, lift up, and we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, and we'll spin back to our pigeon prep with the left leg forward and bow forward. And come on up, tuck your back toes, step back into down dog. And walk your feet halfway forward and come on into a squat. Let your back round. And then pull your heart forward between your legs, between your arms, creating more of a flat back. And then let your back round, lower your hips all the way to the floor. Bring your legs together. Squeeze your legs together. And just to lean back just enough that you could float your legs off the floor, either with your knees bent or your legs straight. And reach, like either wherever you want to reach forward. It could be toward the ground, it could be straight forward, it could be up. And maybe if your hamstrings are open, if you have the balance, if you played with this enough, you could hold your feet and start to draw your ribs toward your thighs toward your ribs. Finding a lift from the inside. And just see if you can get a little bit closer. And now start to slowly release as you lower down. And hug your knees into your chest. Lift and shift your hips a little bit to the right and straighten your left leg on the ground and your right leg in the air. Take your left hand to the outside of your right leg, wherever it will reach. Open your right arm out to the side. And we're going to bring our right leg over to the left, coming into a twist. Keep twisting your upper body back to the right. You have the option to bend your left knee and hold your left foot with your right hand. And then take time to explore here. What do you feel like on the inside? What if you kick your foot back into your hand if you're holding the bottom foot? What if you engage your muscles by pressing into the ground? Or what if you completely relax? So be creative here. Find a little movement, little modifications. And notice what feels right for you today. We'll stay here just another breath or two. And you can release your left leg if you were holding it. Bring your right hip back to the ground. Shift your hips a little bit to the left. Slowly lower your right leg all the way down to the ground as you reach out through your toes. And bring the left leg up. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg, wherever it will reach. And slowly bring your left leg over to the right. Keep twisting your upper body to the left. Take a breath or two to just kind of settle in here. And you're always welcome to bend the right knee, grab onto your right foot. And again, just experiment, play, explore. Remember that to be graceful is to have harmony of the soul, to feel calm and centered on the inside. And it just radiates outside naturally. So think of working from the inside out rather than from the outside in. And if you are holding the right foot, release it now. Pull your left hip back to the ground to bring yourself back onto your back. Center your hips. And reach through your left toes as you slowly lower down. And squeeze both knees into your chest. Open the knees out by your sides. Reach your arms in between your legs and send your feet up toward the sky, pushing up through your big toe mound. And rooting down through the back of your hips, the sacrum, the shoulders, to the best of your ability. It might mean that you need to hold like further up your leg. Now bring your legs back together again. Squeeze your legs together and begin to gently guide your legs toward your chest so your feet are going to go behind you. But maybe you don't go this far. Maybe you just go a little ways. And stretch your arms over your head if they're not already there. And slowly lower your hips back to the floor from wherever you're at. Point your toes and slowly lower your legs toward the floor, trying to keep your low back flat. So the closer you get to the floor, the more it's going to want to rise up and curve away from the floor. So see if you can just use your inner strength to keep that down as much as possible. Keep reaching out through your toes, hugging your legs in. And when your heels finally touch the ground, let everything relax. We'll do a little palming here to just kind of help us relax and aid in the inward journey. So begin to rub your hands together vigorously, feeling some heat build up. And then cup your hands and lightly cover around your eyes. So your hands are not touching your eyelids. They're just creating a seal to invite the darkness in. And feel your breath moving in and out nice and slowly, gracefully, peacefully, as you let your whole body relax. Notice how you feel with your eyes closed and just being in the complete darkness. Notice that you might actually see a little bit more, like see in a, it's in a metaphorical way. So that you have a greater awareness, or you notice things that you might not normally notice. Let everything soften and let go. And allow yourself to sink into the darkness, to feel comfortable relaxed. You're welcome to stay here longer, or you could just take a few more breaths here in Savasana with me. And then you can stretch your arms over your head, reach out through your fingers and toes, maybe wiggle the fingers or move the fingers and toes, move the wrists and the ankles. And just slowly and gracefully make your way up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me for day 20, the inward journey. I hope that you're feeling a sense of deep peace and relaxation. I would love it if you would leave a comment below. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 21, Rejuvenate.